Have you ever wondered why the moon, our constant night companion, suddenly disappears into a reddish hue? This mesmerizing celestial phenomenon has captivated the hearts and minds of countless generations, sparking a sense of awe and wonder. Imagine, if you will, the moon's typical silvery glow suddenly transforming into an ethereal reddish hue. It's as if the moon, our ever-present celestial neighbor, has been cloaked in a mysterious, otherworldly shadow. This is no mere spectacle for the eyes, but a cosmic ballet where the Earth, Sun, and Moon perform a dance that has been choreographed by the laws of nature itself. Throughout history, these lunar eclipses have been perceived as omens, as harbingers of change, linking our world to the cosmos in a profound and mystical way. They have inspired myths, legends, and even fear. Yet the truth behind this celestial event is far from supernatural. It's a fascinating interplay of light and shadow, a testament to the intricate workings of our solar system. Let's delve into the heart of this mystery. What causes this magical transformation of the moon? How does our usual moonlit night become a stage for such a breathtaking spectacle? In essence, a lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth moves between the Sun and the Moon, casting a shadow across the Moon's surface. But it's not as simple as it sounds. There's a fascinating science behind it, a delicate balance of distances, sizes, and alignments. As we journey further into the cosmos, we'll uncover the secrets behind the dance of these celestial bodies. We'll explore the intricate stages of a lunar eclipse, from the subtle shading of the penumbra to the dramatic immersion of the total eclipse. We'll delve into the science behind this spectacular event, shedding light on the complex interplay of celestial mechanics. So brace yourself for a voyage through time and space as we unravel the mysteries of the lunar eclipse. This is no mere trick of the light, but a spectacular space event known as a lunar eclipse. To understand the lunar eclipse, we must first appreciate the cosmic ballet that is the motion of our Earth, Moon, and Sun. Our Earth, in its ceaseless journey, orbits the Sun, completing a full revolution in about 365 days. It's a dizzying dance, really, with our beautiful blue planet spinning on its axis, a pirouette that takes about 24 hours to complete. Meanwhile, our moon, Earth's loyal partner, engages in its own rhythmic routine. It orbits the Earth, taking approximately 27.3 days to complete a full cycle. This dance is a bit slower, a bit more deliberate, and it's why we see the moon change phases throughout the month. But what about the Sun? It's the spotlight that illuminates this grand performance. The Sun, at the center of our solar system, casts its radiant beams across the cosmos, lighting up the Earth and the Moon in turn. Its light brings life, warmth, and the potential for a remarkable celestial event. Imagine, if you will, a moment in this cosmic ballet when Earth, Moon, and Sun align in perfect harmony. The Earth is in the middle, the Moon on one side, and the Sun on the other. The Earth, in this unique position, casts a shadow out into space. And sometimes, just sometimes, this shadow falls on the Moon. This is the moment when the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. This is when the Moon, usually lit by the Sun's brilliant light, slips into the Earth's shadow, taking on a new character and a new hue. It's a breathtaking spectacle, a rare moment of cosmic alignment, a lunar eclipse. It's a beautiful reminder that we're all part of a larger cosmic dance, a grand performance choreographed by the forces of nature and the laws of physics. It's a reminder that we're not just spectators, but participants in this cosmic ballet. It is within this celestial dance that the stage for a lunar eclipse is set. Our lunar performance begins not with darkness, but with a subtle dimming, a phase known as the penumbral eclipse. Now you might ask, what on earth is a penumbra? Well, let me tell you, the penumbra is the lighter, outer part of a shadow. In the case of a lunar eclipse, it's the area where Earth obstructs some, but not all, of the Sun's light from reaching the Moon. The result is a gradual dimming of the Moon's surface, a softening of its usual bright glow. Imagine a dance, if you will. Our dancers are the Sun, Earth, and Moon. As Earth pirouettes between the Sun and the Moon, its shadow begins to fall upon the Moon's surface. But this isn't a sudden plunge into darkness. No, it's much more nuanced than that. The penumbral phase of a lunar eclipse is a slow dance, a tantalizingly gradual dimming that can take several hours. The moon doesn't disappear entirely, but instead seems to fade, as if a cosmic dimmer switch is slowly being turned down. So what do we see from our earthly vantage point? Well, to the casual observer, the penumbral phase might not seem very exciting. The moon doesn't turn blood red or vanish into the night. Instead, it simply appears a bit less bright, a bit more mysterious. But for those of us who appreciate the subtler aspects of celestial phenomena, the penumbral phase is a beautiful beginning. It's the overture to the Lunar Symphony, the first act of the cosmic ballet. And as the Earth's shadow begins to creep across the moon's surface, we know that the best is yet to come. So, next time you find yourself under a night sky during a lunar eclipse, take a moment to appreciate the penumbral phase. It might not steal the show, but it certainly sets the scene. The penumbral phase might not be as dramatic as what's to come, but it sets the stage for the spectacle ahead. As Earth's shadow creeps further across the moon, we enter the phase of partial eclipse, leading to the grand spectacle of the total eclipse. Our moon, a constant companion, now finds itself caught in the Earth's shadow. This is the partial phase of the lunar eclipse, where the Earth's dark umbra begins to obscure our silver satellite. It's a gradual process, like a curtain slowly being drawn across a stage. The moon doesn't disappear all at once, but bit by bit, its familiar features are consumed by an encroaching darkness. Yet, even as the moon is partially cloaked, it doesn't vanish entirely. It endures, transforming into something extraordinary. The moon, usually so bright and white, takes on an eerie reddish hue. You might wonder, why does this occur? This dramatic change in colour is due to an effect known as Rayleigh scattering. It's the same phenomenon that gives us our blue skies and red sunsets. As the Earth blocks direct sunlight from reaching the moon, the only light that does reach it has to pass through the Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere filters and refracts this light, scattering the shorter blue and green wavelengths and allowing the longer red and orange ones to continue on their path to the moon. As the moon moves further into the Earth's shadow, the partial eclipse transitions into the main event, the total eclipse. Now, the moon is completely engulfed in the Earth's umbra. It's a sight to behold. The moon bathed in a ghostly coppery red glow, suspended against the backdrop of countless stars. This is the moon as you've never seen it before, a celestial spectacle that has inspired awe and wonder for millennia. From our vantage point on Earth, we're reminded that we're part of a cosmic dance, a grand performance choreographed by the laws of physics and the pull of gravity. It's a humbling experience, a moment to pause and reflect on our place in the universe. In the totality of a lunar eclipse, we witness the moon in all its crimson glory. After the dramatic display of totality, the moon begins to emerge from Earth's shadow, signaling the end of the lunar eclipse. The moon, our faithful nocturnal guide, now ventures out from the shadow of our home planet. This stage of the eclipse is known as the penumbral ending. Just as it began, the last act of this celestial drama unfurls slowly, steadily, a gentle waltz between the Earth, the moon, and the sun. During this phase, the moon starts to move out of the Earth's umbra, the darkest part of the shadow, and back into the penumbra, the lighter outer shadow. It's like our lunar companion is stepping out from the depths of a dark room and into the soft, diffused light of a cloudy day. As this transpires, we witness a gradual shift in the moon's appearance. The intense blood-red hue that marked the totality phase starts to recede. It's replaced by a softer glow, a subtle illumination that grows brighter with each passing moment. During the penumbral ending, the moon seems to regain its luminosity bit by bit. It's akin to watching a dimmer switch slowly turned up, the light increasing incrementally until the room is bathed in brightness once more. The moon's familiar face, once hidden in the Earth's shadow, is revealed again, basking in the sun's radiant light. This process continues until the last sliver of the moon exits the penumbra. The eclipse, with all its phases and transformations, comes to an end. Yet the impression it leaves behind is lasting. It serves as a gentle reminder of the intricate dance of celestial bodies, of the delicate balance that exists within our cosmos. It's a sight to behold, a spectacle that stirs the soul and sparks the imagination. It's a testament to the wonders of our universe, a silent sonnet composed by the cosmos itself. As the moon reappears, the lunar eclipse concludes, leaving us in awe of the wonders of our cosmos. Throughout history, lunar eclipses have sparked fear, awe, and inspiration. In the annals of human history, the lunar eclipse has been a harbinger of change. In ancient China, it was believed that the celestial event was a dragon devouring the moon. To scare away the beast, people would bang drums and pots, creating an uproar that would resonate through the night. In the heartland of the Incas, a darkened moon was seen as a sign of the moon's sickness. It was thought that the moon had been stained with blood, and the populace would try to come to its aid by throwing weapons into the air and shouting angrily at the sky, a spectacle of solidarity with the moon. Across the Atlantic, the Vikings of Scandinavia envisioned a different tale. Two sky wolves were chasing the sun and the moon. During an eclipse, it was believed one of the wolves had caught up with the moon, causing the lunar eclipse. Then we have the more serene interpretation by the Australian Aboriginal people. They saw the eclipse as a joining of the moon, a man, and the sun, a woman, a celestial union symbolizing harmony and balance. But not all cultures feared this astronomical event. The ancient Babylonians, for example, saw it as an important tool for predicting the future. Their meticulous records of lunar eclipses and other celestial events date back to the 7th century BC, providing critical data that modern scientists still use today to understand the Earth's rotation. In more recent times, lunar eclipses continue to inspire. They've made appearances in literature, music, and art, reflecting our enduring fascination with the moon and its phases. From Shakespeare's Julius Caesar to Pink Floyd's iconic Dark Side of the Moon album, the influence is pervasive and profound. From fear to fascination, lunar eclipses have always held a special place in our collective imaginations. But what exactly causes these spectacular events? Let's delve into the science behind lunar eclipses. Our tale begins with three celestial protagonists: the Sun, Earth, and the Moon. Each of them plays a crucial role in the unfolding drama of a lunar eclipse. You see, a lunar eclipse only occurs when these three bodies align in a straight line, with Earth positioned directly between the Sun and the Moon. This alignment is also known as syzygy, a term that's as fascinating as the event it describes. The Sun, our source of light, casts a shadow behind any object that comes between it and another light receiver. In the case of a lunar eclipse, Earth is that object and the Moon is the receiver. This situation results in Earth casting a shadow on the Moon, creating the phenomenon we know as a lunar eclipse. But not all shadows are created equal. Earth's shadow has two distinct parts, the umbra and the penumbra. The umbra is the inner, darker shadow, where all direct sunlight is blocked by Earth. The penumbra, on the other hand, is the outer, lighter shadow, where only some of the sunlight is blocked. When the Moon moves into Earth's penumbral shadow, we witness a penumbral lunar eclipse, which is often so faint that it's hardly noticeable. But when the Moon ventures into the darker umbra, things get more dramatic. If the Moon is partially in the umbra, we have a partial lunar eclipse. But if the entire Moon is engulfed by the umbra, we're treated to the awe-inspiring spectacle of a total lunar eclipse. Interestingly, despite being in the shadow, the Moon doesn't completely disappear during a total lunar eclipse. Instead, it often takes on a reddish hue, a phenomenon known as a blood moon. This happens because of Earth's atmosphere, which refracts or bends sunlight, particularly the longer wavelength red light, into Earth's umbra and onto the Moon. With the power of science, the mystery of lunar eclipses becomes a story of shadows and light. Now that you understand the science behind lunar eclipses, what can you do to experience one yourself? Lunar eclipses are quite the spectacle, and you don't need any special equipment to enjoy them. But there are a few tips and tricks to make the most of your lunar eclipse viewing experience. Firstly, timing is crucial. Lunar eclipses occur during a full moon, when the Earth is perfectly positioned between the Sun and the Moon. However, these events don't happen every month, as the moon's orbit is tilted, and usually it passes above or below the Earth's shadow. When the alignment is just right, we get to witness this celestial dance. Now you might be wondering, when is the next lunar eclipse? Well, lunar eclipses typically happen twice a year, but the visibility can greatly vary depending on your location. There are several online resources that provide lunar eclipse calendars detailing the exact date and time for your specific region. Next, let's talk about location. While lunar eclipses are visible from anywhere on the night side of Earth, the best viewing spots are usually away from city lights. Light pollution can significantly reduce the visibility of celestial events. So if you can, venture out into the countryside or a high vantage point where the sky is dark and clear. Weather also plays a significant role. Cloudy skies can completely obscure your view of the moon. Therefore, it's advised to check the forecast ahead of time and have a backup location in mind, just in case. Lastly, be patient. Unlike solar eclipses, which are over in minutes, lunar eclipses can last for several hours, with the total phase lasting up to about an hour. So, bring a comfortable chair, some warm clothes if it's chilly, and enjoy the show. With this knowledge, you're ready to witness the next lunar eclipse. Remember, every lunar eclipse is unique, like a fingerprint in the sky. So even if you've seen one before, the next eclipse will offer a completely different experience. Happy viewing! Let's take a moment to recap the fascinating journey we've taken through the world of lunar eclipses. We started our journey in the shadowy realm of the mysterious, exploring the celestial dance that unfolds as the Earth, Sun and Moon align in perfect harmony. This alignment, a rarity in the grand cosmos, is the very crux of what we call a lunar eclipse. From there, we delved into the prelude of a lunar eclipse, the Penumbra, a faint shadow that first kisses the moon, hinting at the grand spectacle soon to unfold. It's this subtle transition that guides us into the main event, the partial and total eclipse. Here we witness the moon donned in a cloak of darkness, only to emerge bathed in a mesmerizing red hue, a sight that has inspired awe and wonder throughout human history. Speaking of history, we also journeyed back in time, exploring the significance of lunar eclipses in various cultures. From being harbingers of doom to symbols of change and rebirth, these celestial events have woven themselves into the tapestry of human mythology and folklore. Then we delved into the science behind these celestial spectacles. We unraveled how the interplay of light, shadows, and the unique alignment of celestial bodies result in this stunning cosmic phenomenon. From the Earth's umbra and penumbra to the refracting light, we discovered the intricate mechanics that make a lunar eclipse possible. Finally, we brought the lunar eclipse a little closer to home. We discussed how you can observe this celestial spectacle, the precautions to take, and the best practices to follow. We reminded ourselves that even though these events are rare, with a little planning and patience, they are accessible to all. So as we conclude this journey, we leave you with a newfound appreciation for the cosmic ballet that unfolds above us. Next time you look up at the night sky, remember the incredible cosmic dance that brings us the spectacle of a lunar eclipse.